Good evening, everyone. If I could, before I call this meeting to order, excuse me, attention, or hello, if we could potentially, just like church, move to the center of the aisles to make room for other folks that may be standing. So if you have empty chairs, make room. If not, some of the folks here will have to stand. I do now call this meeting of the September 2nd, 2025 Planning and Zoning meeting to order. Staff, can we determine a quorum tonight?
Yes. Commissioner James?
Present.
Commissioner Eccles?
Present.
Commissioner Parker?
Present.
Commissioner Jones?
Present.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Awesome. If all would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And as a reminder, just like back in church, please silence your cell phones. There's a lot of y'all in here tonight. I wonder where all y'all were last week or last month for our exciting planning and zoning meeting. First thing is the approval of the meeting agenda for September 2nd, 2025. Commissioners?
Commissioner Eccles, I make approval for the meeting of tonight's agenda.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second, Commissioner James.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the meeting agenda for tonight, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. That agenda item passes. Next is the approval of last month's meeting minutes. Do I have any discussion or a motion to approve the meeting minutes from last month?
Motion to approve meeting minutes from the Tuesday, August 5th meeting.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Commissioner Parker, second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes from last month's meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. All right, just some logistic things since we have a big crowd here tonight. This is not a public hearing, which means when we actually get to the two agenda items on the agenda, it is not a time for public input. However, right, just like with all open meetings here on the Planning and Zoning Commission, we do have time now for official public comment. So if you would like to address any topic, whether that's on the agenda tonight or anything else that is on your mind, we do ask that you limit your comments to 3 minutes per individual. We ask if you are here with a group, and if you have a designated spokesperson, that person can come forward. It's not designed to be an interactive time between the commissioners. It's a chance for you, the citizens of Fairburn, to let your voices be heard. And so with that, we will now open up the public comment. And Denise, if you want to let us go. When you do come to the podium, just do us a favor, adjust the mic so we can hear you, as well as state your name and your address. And then you'll have 3 minutes up there to make your comment so that we can be respectful and have everybody go.
Chairman, we do have some comments that people filled out. If there are members that would like to speak and did not have an opportunity to fill out the comment card, you can certainly come up here and we will provide that opportunity for you. The first public comment card is from Ms. Nichols.
I wasn't expecting to go first, but first is always best. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Shanita Nichols. You might know me, or at least you should know my name for more reasons than one, but tonight I'm here simply as a concerned resident of Fairburn. We've all seen this gas station proposal come up again and again, and I have to be honest, the people of Fairburn didn't ask for this. We already have more than enough gas stations in our community, and I think we're good here. What we don't need is another development that could lower our property values and change the character of our neighborhoods. We deserve better for our community. This space could be used for so many other things that actually add value to the opportunity for Fairburn families. Fairburn should not become just a stop-and-go city where people pass through, fill up, and leave. We should be building a place where people stop and stay a while, invest, and feel proud to call Fairburn for home. I urge you to consider the long-term impact on residents and choose growth that reflects community's real needs and concerns. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Next speaker, Ms. James, Ms. Claudette James. Okay. Mr. Knight, would you like to come up?
And just as a reminder, thank you so much. Please state your name and your address. Just, we need that legally, and then
Okay.
the timer will be there just to make sure we're respectful of everyone's time.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You stole my man. But anyway, my name is Homer Knight. I lived in Fairburn since 2006. I was one of the early buyers in there. I tell you, if I knew that gas station was there, I would have never moved there. But anyway, it's commercial property, and they can do commercial building. But I'm just going here to just cite what a gas station do to our residents that's there. First of all, it's a negative impact on a neighborhood like ours. It will, when that station is built, still our property value going up, it will go down. It brings in crowds that we don't want in our neighborhood. The theft rate will go up. The houses will break up. The parking spaces, if you looked at the drawing, is not big enough for all parking. It just meet the city requirements. So where are all those cars gonna park at in our neighborhood? Now, we used Fairburn Police Department to keep Renaissance traffic out of our neighborhood from being two-blocked. Are we gonna do that with that gas station traffic? We're gonna keep the big trucks out? The city of Fairburn gonna take on that responsibility? They're gonna clean our neighborhood up with all the trash being done? We have 4 bus stops on Dorms Lake. And the police will tell you they already run the stop signs. And you got these big trucks coming down the street, turning around and whatever. It's set up for an accident. Somebody gonna get hurt or killed. It's gonna add a lot of traffic on Dorms Lake, especially in the morning time. Because people's gonna be going there to get gas, and then school kids going to school, and the homeowners going to work. It'll two-block that area. Especially if you guys allow them to do a curb cut. If they do that curb cut to put that traffic on Dorms Lake, I mean, we just gave up our neighborhood. You just gave up our neighborhood. The city just gave up our neighborhood. Are they gonna monitor the no parking traffic sign, cars that shouldn't be in our neighborhood? Upland Police gonna take care of that? Has that been looked into? These are things that are going to occur. We can't be blindsided and say we didn't know about these. These are things that will occur. We have been there. If you've been to Dorms Lake, it's beautiful in the front. Now, to get them trucks and in and out of there, they got to take a portion of that. They got to take down our sign. I mean, they're destroying the place. We cannot allow Dorms Lake to be one of the pride and joy of Fairburn. And we got good residents that take care of their property, take care of their grass, take care of their home. And to do this is like a slap in the face for us. So we asking you guys to look at that closely and see what's best for the community. Everything that's business-wise is not good for a city. You got to think about the business and residents in there, because business is to make money, but it can destroy the little peoples and stepping on them. That's there. That business, the old gas station, is not considering our home value. They're not considering our kids being on that street. They're going to be selling beer, I'm sure. Young kids get taste of beer, then they can walk right over there and get the beer that's there. It's just a negative impact for families, and they only want to put this in a neighborhood like ours. You guys know the picture that's there, so we don't have to be shy away. We do not want. It's going to be commercial. When I came here, they said it was going to be a real estate office. And now it got changed to a gas station because somebody offered them more money. See, it's all about money. It ain't about the neighborhood. Why would the city allow the neighborhood to go down in price value and everything surrounding it's going up? You know, other Peachtree City, Tyrone, or whatever, and we're going down. You got a gas station. You got 4 gas stations just right down the block. It's there. And you're talking about putting another gas station right in the midst. It makes no sense. It's a 2-lane highway. It makes no sense. The ACL lane, they couldn't put it in because they couldn't have enough parking spaces. So now they want to curb cut to come into our resident. Renaissance will sue the city. You keep them out, now next year they're going to say, well, we're coming through because all the business traffic is coming through now. So please look at this closely. Think about our neighborhood, think about our community, think about the homeowners, think about our kids, and we want our community to stay beautiful the way it is. That's the front entrance of our neighborhood. And you see a gas station that's there, it's gonna bring homeless. I ain't got nothing against homeless, but it's gonna bring them. That's where they hang out. That's where they peddle for money. That's there. It's gonna bring drugs. You always have shootings at a gas station. The one on Shell Station there on Cedar Grove, and they had 3 shootings that's there. That's it. Ain't nothing that's gonna keep it from taking place here. These people that own that gas station, let them go put it in their community.
All right, thank you.
You can ask people to come on in and spread out. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's still
yeah, I will.
room.
Yeah, if there is, yeah, if there are, I don't know what the fire code is, right? But yeah, if we can spread along the wall here, some other folks can get in. And I apologize, I'm supposed to be the timekeeper there, so it kept kind of going. So if that's some.
No, he had time.
Oh, he did. Okay, he did. Okay, great. Sorry, missed that one. So he was speaking for. Got it. Awesome. Go ahead.
Next speaker, Ms. Benson, and Anatavia Benson.
And please again state your name and your address so we can have that on record. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
My name is Anatavia Benson. I live at 605 Birkdale Drive in Fairburn. And I also live in the Brookhaven community of Durham Lakes. I state that for one particular reason. You will find that many of the attendees here live in Durham Lakes, but we are a community. We are consisting of Durham Lakes, Golf and Country, Fairways, the Enclaves, and Brookhaven. And I really, really hope that the developer of this gas station is here today so that he or she may hear when I say we stand as one, saying that we do not want this gas station in our community. I ask him and all of you to think through the planning of Fairburn. Is there any other community that has a gas station inside its subdivision, inside its residences, inside its community? You start with this one, and it will not be the last. Now, you've heard many speakers already say property values go down, crime goes up, beautification goes down, quality of life goes down, safety goes down. I know all of you know these things, and I know that all of you are not responsible for the planning and zoning that happened to make this come before you today. But I do ask for you to consider past, present, and future. Past, there was not foresight when this was allowed. Present, you have the chance to protect our future. Our property values are sound right now and only continue to go up. That will not be the case in the future if this gas station is allowed to be here. Our safety is solid right now. We have an amazing police force who does its job, and that you will be asking to put so much more on if this gas station is here for our future. You have residents who came looking at Durham Lakes and saying, this is a great place to raise my family. This is a great place for me to prosper. This is a great place for me to set up roots. You will not have us in the future if there is a gas station here. So please consider all of our voices. Consider the fact that we can have something in that area, and we're willing to work with the developers to have something that is beneficial to all of us. But a gas station is not it. Thank you.
Apologies if I'm mispronouncing this, Ms. Gilkey?
And as a reminder, oh gosh, I keep forgetting it's on. Just please silence your cell phones out of respect for the citizens that are here that are speaking tonight.
Good evening. My name is Daisha Gilkey. I live at 9 Strand Hill Court. And I just want to highlight a few concerns that I have in regarding the gas station. As I'm sitting in the back listening to people state facts, the way that I see it, Fairburn is situated to see, but if we approve of this, Fairburn is situated to suffer. One of the things that I feel that Fairburn should consider from a planning and zoning perspective is people safety first. It's about the people. If you didn't have people, Fairburn would not be a city. One takeaway that I also want to mention is all money isn't good. People today can be bought, but we should not stoop down for a dollar bill when we know things are not right and when we know that they're not ethical. Based on the concerns that I have when it comes to putting a gas station in front of our subdivision is number one, environmental and health risks, air pollution, water and soil contamination, decrease of property values, difficult selling, increase in public safety, increase in public safety because of an increase in crime, as well as security. Vehicle and traffic and pedestrians walking everywhere, the lighting, it's just basically ruining our community. The noise pollution, when you have the big tankers come in, dig underground, you're just gonna basically disrupt the place to live. And it just saddens me. I moved to Fairburn in 2019, with the thought that I was moving to a community that was gonna grow and prosper. But I just hope that one of the takeaways that when you guys make the decision to decline is that let's be a city that is situated to succeed and not situated to suffer.
Hattie Portis Jones.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
I'm Hattie Portis Jones, and I live at 6724 Rivertown Road in Fairburn. 6724 is very close to Tell Road, which is the street that turns into Verlin B. Smith, and the traffic goes along the proposed gas station. I come before you as a 30-year resident of Fairburn. When my husband and I moved out here, Durham Lakes was not there. He and I would walk that area with our dogs. We were happy to see the subdivisions coming. We were happy to see the growth in the community. We moved here because we considered it a bedroom community. And it still is, quite frankly. But a gas station is not part of it. This city and many of the residents here in this city have participated in the numerous comprehensive plans that we've developed, the economic development plans, all of the various plans that we have put forth saying this is what we want in the city, and never, ever was a gas station part of it. So I am asking you, as a resident and as living on Rivertown Road, who experienced the extreme traffic with the Renaissance, to deny the gas station. This is not the Fairburn that we have envisioned. This is not the Fairburn we've been told that we want. So please, in the context of all the plans and all the community input that we've already received about the vision for this city, it says no gas station. And please, do not let Durham Lakes be the first, the one, and the only subdivision that has a gas station in the city of Fairburn. Thank you.
Other people who would like to sign up to speak. Is it too late?
No, if
No.
there are other people, just come up front.
Yeah, if you would like to officially speak, she will call you. You can come up front, get a piece of paper, and fill that out. If you're here to observe, that's fine as well. Everyone will have their moment to speak. Again, for those folks that are new, this is during our public comment period. When we actually get through the public comment, whenever that would be, we'll move on to the actual new business. There will not be any public comment during those particular items, but we want to make sure that all voices are heard.
James Whitmore?
Good evening, Commissioners.
Evening.
James Whitmore, 25 Somerset Hills. I am a 15-year resident here in the city of Fairburn, 15 of which is in the fairways of Durham Lakes. When we moved here, we didn't know about the landfill that's right down the street that has affected our community when they had situations over there. We need to protect what we have. I'm thinking about the environmental aspect of this. If you look around Fulton County, you will not find one gas station as close to a community as what's being proposed here tonight. Now, we know what it was like a couple of years ago when the saying was said, this would not be built under my watch. And here we are again. I understand planning and zoning. I understand what you have before you. I'm a prior planning and zoning member. But what I also know is that there should be an opportunity to have a conversation with the applicant and those that are planning to build this. My attempts were futile tonight. I was hopeful that it wouldn't be, but my attempts to even have a conversation to bring the leadership of this community to a table and have a conversation to find out what is it that we could have in this community that will be appealing and something that we can have a win-win for both parties. Now, what we do know is that we're living in a medical desert now. What we do know is that there's an emergency room coming, not far from where this proposed gas station is going to be. What we do know is that we're going to need those radiology departments that can do MRIs. We're going to need other medical personnel to do various things. Wouldn't that be more appealing than a gas station? I submit to you that answer is yes. And I'm going to take this opportunity again, and I'm going to say, sir, please consider this community. Have a conversation with this community. We should be able to work together to find something that's appealing and appropriate for our community. We ask of you, I don't know if your attorney is here, we ask of you to please listen to the various comments that has come up thus far. Listen to this community. This community is considered one of the premier communities in the city of Fairburn. I ask you to allow us to address the issues that's more to our hearts than to yours. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Glaze?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Representative Lydia Glaze, and I represent the 67th District, but I live at 567 Handyman Court, and I've been here 35 years. We raised our children here, and we are still in this community because we love the community. We are still here because we are continuing to ensure that this community has growth and development that is absolutely comparable to the folks who live here and who have asked us through so many planning meetings of how they wanted this community to grow. I want to tell you right now, and I'm going to turn around. I'm from New Jersey, and I know how this goes. And what it really means is that you want what you want, and we want what we want. And at the end of the day, you're not going to make money. And I'm going to promise you that you will not make money in this community from a gas station where we have the oldest oil station in the state, 100 years old, Green Oil. We asked them, what is the facts of why someone would move there? They said they meet none of what you need to move in that community to make money from a gas station. And if they've done their homework, they wouldn't even do it. We're here, we wouldn't even look at it because the money is not there. So the question remains, what money can be made from the gas station? It's not the gas station. It's the convenience store. So what's in there? It's the wine, the liquor, and the beer. It is the smokes that our children will actually come to smoke in that in that particular convenience store. So I stand here as a former educator, as one who sits on the committee for the state for K through 12 education, for higher education. I absolutely say, what you do to us will come back to your own families. What you bring to us will come back to your own families. And what I ask you is that come to the table. Figure out together what we will support financially. You can't make money unless we support you. We will not support, not one day, not one moment. We will not walk in. You will not get any of our monies. That's not going to happen in Fairburn. So I can tell you right now, you can do it, but it will be the worst thing that you have done in your lifetime. So we ask you back up. Let's start all over. Let's get what we need. You will not harm our children by putting that in our community. And so I thank you for allowing me to stand today. Thank you for allowing me to serve in this way. But I guarantee you, this will not put any money in your pocket. Thank you.
Mr. David James.
Good afternoon. My name is David James. I live at 207 Heather Glen, and unlike the environmental thing, I'm going to speak from a law enforcement perspective. I'm retired state patrol, 32 years, over 40 years of law enforcement. Worked for over 10 years with the FBI on an FBI task force. Let me tell you guys something. If you go over right now and talk to the folks over off Cedar Grove, that gas station over there, I cannot tell you how many nights my radio has gone off on my way home because of crime that has been taking place in that neighborhood. And I guarantee you, whoever you are, that want to put this here in our community, I'm willing to bet you will not have it in your community because you know already what's going to happen. From a law enforcement perspective, the crime rate in any community with gas stations, because I know you're not going to close at 8 o'clock. So therefore, anything after 10 o'clock at a gas station is nothing but a problem. And if you don't think that's the case, just go over and talk to some of those residents over in Cedar Grove and ask them how many times they've listened to gunfire. For me, my wife and I moved here in this community in 2016. This is not what we bought into. And I guarantee you, no one here bought into that. And I'm not talking about, whatever monies that they intend to make, because they won't make a dime off me. Not one quarter. And if I want milk, I go to the grocery store. We're not that community that's what we do. I'm not knocking any community, but we are not that community. And I'm telling you, from experience and from work, gas stations within a community like what we live in, is going to be nothing but a problem to us. That's not me talking about something I heard in the barbershop. I worked those cases. I worked those shootings. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes down to that. I don't want it in my community. And if that's what we're getting ready to start doing here, we have elected officials. Now, and I vote in every election. And if you're not here to work for us and you're here to work for whomever is wanting to do this, then we're going to address you. If you're not willing to work for us, we're going to address you because we're voting for you to protect us.
Thank you.
Mr. Rufus Wells?
Good evening, Commissioners.
Evening.
I really didn't come here to speak tonight, but after hearing all the conversation, I feel motivated. A gas station is not, oh, I'm sorry, I live at 2057 Broadmoor Way in the Fairways, and I've been living there since, for 15 years. Formerly on the board, on the board at Durham Lakes, when this proposal for a gas station originally came up. And if you think about this particular gas station, and I know you all haven't seen plans and specifications and what they intend to do with that parcel of property, but a gas station does not fit neatly into that piece of property, okay? So they're gonna have to come to the city if for some insane reason it does pass, they're gonna have to come to the city looking for, variances, or they need the cooperation of the city because it doesn't fit neatly into that particular property. And I'm saying if it gets through this hurdle, that's not the final bullet that we have in our gun, okay? So I'm just saying, they need us. If they, proceed with this plan, they need us, and we need to make this thing as bumpy a ride as possible. And I think it's even more than a bumpy ride. I think that there are rules and regulations within the city that will knock this thing out the box. So all I'm saying is, just consider carefully. It's about the tax base also. If our property values go down, that means the tax collections are also, all our properties are going to go down, assessments are going to go down, and the income to the city is also going to go down, okay? So there's more than one aspect to this gas station, and I'm just saying carefully consider what you do here because it will have long-term implications. Thank you.
Ms. Hawkins?
I just want to say thank you all for sticking to the time limit, and we want to hear everybody's voices that are here. So we still are taking sign-ups if you would like to come forward. We still may have some room in the back if folks want to sort of slide in and make room. And if there is somebody here that maybe has trouble standing or whatever, we ask that a more able-bodied person defer their seat to them as well. So state your name and address, and then 3 minutes is yours.
Alexandria Hawkins and 530 Palm Springs Circle. I didn't come here to speak today. I didn't even come dressed, as you can see, but I feel compelled to speak. I have been living in Fairburn, or my family moved to Fairburn in 2006 when I was 12 years old. And I went to Bear Creek Middle School, I went to Creekside High School, I went to college, and I came back to lay my roots in Fairburn, and I bought a house in Durham Lakes 4 years ago with the intention that this was going to be the community that I grew up in. Mom has given up on Fairburn. She has sold her land, her property, and she has moved to the outskirts. She was living in Cedar Grove, and that's what compelled me to say this, because she warned me, and I said, no, Durham Lakes is so nice. It's not going to be like that. When we moved to our community, it was beautiful. I mean, it was nice. I mean, honor roll student, like straight A. It was great, and I roll through that community often because I live in the area, and it's diminished. And I love the neighborhood that I live in. It's beautiful, but I've seen the way Fairburn looked from when I was 12 to now, and I can tell you from the neighborhood that I grew up in what's gonna happen if you put this gas station here. So from somebody who's been here for 21 years, please, please, please don't do this. Don't do this to Durham Lakes. Please.
Thank you. And again, just reminder, please try to all our little beeping devices, try to silence your cell phones out of respect for those that are speaking.
Mr. Barnes, I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong.
come forward and state your name and address, and then there'll be 3 minutes for you, sir.
My name is Eric Barnes. My address is 203 Heather Glen. This is my lovely wife, Monique. I just want to say that I have firsthand experience of growing near a gas station. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and one of the things I used to cry about at night was that gas station on 63A, Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. The crime, the things that used to go on there, the shooting, the robberies, the prostitution, the things I had to deal with as a child. And when I heard that they was gonna take that property and try to put a gas station in front of our dream. We're both born in New York, and Durham Lakes was our dream. It was our dream home, right? We have worked hard to get our place together and put a gas station there. It scared me to death because I got firsthand experience of what that can do to an area, to a community, regardless of how much law enforcement goes in and goes out. As soon as they leave, then comes the elements. I'm telling you, this is a bad mistake. And you're talking about broken dreams. You're looking at one. You're looking at broken hearts because of this gas station. I have served this country. I have put everything I could into that home. And I do not want to have to worry about the things I worried about as a child now at 57 years old. And I'm begging you, commissioners, community, people trying to develop that land into a gas station, please don't do it. You're breaking hearts, you're breaking dreams, you're breaking efforts of trying to have something and be a good part of society. Me and my wife have worked hard, and the people, my neighbors, we are working hard to keep what we got in place and intact. That's all I got to say.
Mr. Law?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. In spite of all that has been said, I want you to think of one thing. Think of the chain reaction.
Can we have just stay in front of, sorry, just so everybody
Think
can hear
of
you.
the chain reaction based on what they just said. When family falls apart, everything falls apart. The community falls apart. This county that you say we succeed falls apart. The nation falls apart because family has to come first, not the gas station. What is their intention? To make money. That's their intention, profit making. Where they live in their neighborhood, ask them whether there's a gas station there. Why can't they start from there? Ask them. I moved from Buckhead to Fairburn in 2017. I've been living in Buckhead for 3 or 4 years before I moved here. Guess what? There's always shooting in the gas station in Buckhead. And when I moved here, I'm telling you, in Buckhead, because of gas station. I want to know the intention. Is the intention to break the family? That is what I want to know. Is your intention is to break the family apart? Is that your intention? Or your intention is to make profit? That's what I'm asking you. If you really want this community to succeed, then you have to take into consideration the family that you're taking, that you said you care about. I'm sure they have done their own research on the population, how much money they're going to make. We are telling you today that your projection will not manifest. It will fail because people that you want to serve say they don't want you. If you want to serve me and I say I don't want you, what else can you do? You have to go somewhere else. We do not want you, period. Hello? We don't want them. Let them take their trouble somewhere else. We don't need that trouble right now. And I want you to take into consideration what I just said. When family falls apart, community falls apart. These Fairburn falls apart. The state of Georgia falls apart. And we keep complaining, what is wrong with our children? Because the pollutants are here now, and they want to do something that is unreal to affect our children. Please, let's maintain that peace. They said, if it's not broken, why do you want? What are they trying to fix? That's what I want to know. I truly appreciate your attention this evening.
Thank you.
Ms. Princess Smith?
And again, just please state your name and address. Thank you so much.
Good evening. My name is Princess Smith. This is my husband, Thomas Smith, and we live at 104 Durham Lake Parkway. Most of the community pass our home to get into the subdivision, and I come before you today as a mom. I have a 12-year-old daughter that she walks to the stop sign to catch the bus. And I don't have to worry about anybody snatching my daughter, picking my daughter up, or doing something wrong to my daughter, because we live in a great community with great people. I have a question. I know you guys wasted your ink with your fancy papers and stuff and casual dinings and shop and go coffee. We got enough of that. We got a Dunkin', we got a Tim Hortons. We don't need none of that. We got Wendy's for just fast food. I gotta ask you, would you want your 12-year-old daughter to walk to the stop sign right behind the gas station with tanker trucks coming in and out, with homeless people? But I'll take it a step further. I have a 1-year-old granddaughter and a 7-year-old grandson that comes to visit during the summer. We can allow them to play in the front yard or backyard with no problem whatsoever, because we don't have what I call riffraff. And my parents raised me to not go places where I'm not wanted. So I'm gonna end with this. You are not wanted in Fairburn, especially not at Durham Lakes. Thank you.
Mr. Eric Wallace, Jr.?
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Eric Wallace, Jr., resident with my wife, Maureen, at 1000 Vintage Court here in Fairburn. I just want to say I appreciate what you said and what all of y'all said tonight. Y'all have all hit it on the head. I'm just going to add from another perspective. I'm going to take this mic as well. So now you're looking at a 39-year-old veteran myself. I work for the government. I understand business, and I appreciate business, but not all business is good business. Like she just said, clearly the gas station is not wanted. If you all want to come back and participate in some of the community events and things we have in the neighborhood, we don't shun anybody. We appreciate it. However, you can see from the notions of many people, if not everybody in this room, that it's not only unwanted, but it's not needed. My son, 17 years old, he drives now. Not once has he complained about not being able to go find gas somewhere. Seriously. I'd argue that everyone in this room, even on holiday weekends with the festivals and everything going on, nobody in here has a problem or issue finding gas nearby or far beyond. So I'll leave you with this. As I said, 39 years old now, accomplishing the things that I've accomplished, I thank God for it. But I was once a young teen. I was once a young man. I wasn't always this polished. Guess where we used to hang out at? Thank you. And I say that out of respect because sometimes in different communities, different levels of life, you may not understand that. The gas station happened to be somewhere easy for us to chill at. It wasn't always trouble. Sometimes it was just, hey, while I'm going up here, supposedly to pick up candy, I may ask for a box of cigarettes. I may try to go in and sneak me a beer or get someone to purchase me a beer. Now, that's not on the gas station, but it makes it easier. It's not one of those places where it's safeguarded from teenagers getting in trouble, getting into things that they shouldn't have. And you just had a well-respected law enforcement retiree tell you from the bottom up what it's like. We don't need that here in this community, not in this area. There are plenty other areas for you all to set up shop at, and I wish y'all well. And I wish that you would help change the plight of what goes on at these gas stations. Because although we don't want it here, we don't want the same thing happening in other communities in other areas as well. So if you really want to change this, when you come in these communities and you want to build, start actually building with the community and figuring out how you can safely and effectively do it. I appreciate your time.
Mr. James Davis?
Hello, Commissioners.
Good evening.
I stay at 280 Birdie Circle. That's in Durham Lakes Golf and Country. One of the issues that I see is traffic. If you ever try to leave anytime, I say afternoon, we have traffic backed all the way up to almost Roosevelt Highway. Adding the gas station would not help that at all. The other thing I see and nobody has mentioned it is, have we tabled all aspect of getting the golf course restored in the community? If that is the case, the gas station definitely hinders that proposal. So I don't have much to say, but it's just, there are better ways to make. And I don't want to lose potential of more revenue for the city trying to fill a short-term need. So, thank you.
Ms. Knight?
Good evening, everyone. I wasn't going to speak, but I feel the need to speak. I'm at 148 Durham Lake Parkway on the main carway of the neighborhood. And I've been a resident since 2006, so 19 years I've been here. And I also was part of the real estate when they were selling and making the homes. And like everyone said, a gas station was not on the burner at all. It was supposed to be like a daycare center, so as the parents left, they would have some place to drop their kids off on one side, because there's two sides up there. And so, in all my life, I have never seen a gas station within a neighborhood that would be next doors to houses. Gas stations are always in business areas, and that is strictly residential, is it not? This is the planning committee, right? Is that not strictly residential? But, and my point of the matter is that I'm concerned about is health matters, and I think they have addressed that too, but I particularly have asthma, and the fumes, and just the danger. Say if that place blows up, who's gonna pay for that? Are you guys the ones that are there that's presenting this? And just environmental, it's not even safe. So I don't even see how this has happened to put this in a neighborhood. How anybody in their right mind on any planning committee, and I don't care how much money the city needs, would want to do something like this in a prime neighborhood. It's just asking for problems, lawsuits, all kind of things, because your health is involved. Like they mentioned, a landfill. We didn't know about that. And the smell, you can smell it at times. They've cleaned it up, but the gas fumes, that's a hazard. So why would you want or allow to put that in somebody's community? So I know for sure you guys are gonna deny that and not let those builders put that in our community, to come up with a way to figure it out and put something that would be useful, a daycare center, whatever, something that would be beneficial, or urgent care. So that's all I had to say.
Thank you.
Ms. Hudson?
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Samantha Hudson. Of course, I serve on council here. I live at 655 Lake Joyce Lane, Fairburn, Georgia. I'm standing before this commission, first of all, to let you know that I unequivocally refuse to accept this for our community. Let's look at what this really is about. We are 74% African American town, majority. And what this really looks like to me is racially motivated. You will not continue to think that you can come into our communities and thrive and we die. When you talk about economics, this is your money here. Let's not forget the over $70 trillion that we account for in this economy in the United States. So to the applicant, it's good business that you work with us to make sure that you're able to capture our dollar. Because we stand here, not a broken community, but we stand here a unified community. It may be different from what you have experienced in other communities. And as my neighbor said earlier, we're not that community. We're a community that value education. We value our home property. We value our health. We value sustainability. In a gas station in the end courts of a residential home is not sustainability. It's a disaster. And so when you look in this room, this is just a portion of Fairburn. And even before I even decided to be a part of this governing body, my primary role was grassroots organization. So as a grassroots organizer and a mother and a grandmother who's lived in this community since 2008, I stand here and let you know that if you move forward with a gas station in Fairburn, there will be a direct action like you never ever heard before, and protesting you before you even get to land one brick in the ground. That's my sole promise. I want the community to repeat out to me. When I say this is what community looks like, I say, show me what community looks like. You in turn say, this is what community looks like, okay? Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. One voice in Fairburn will move forward. If you bring this gas station here, we will protest you and you will not make one dime.
Are there any other speakers? I don't have anybody else on the sheet. Okay.
No other speakers. Okay, awesome. So just as a reminder, so first of all, we want to thank the citizens that got up and spoke and everybody here for taking part in the public process. As we move forward now, there is no old business. We do not have any official public hearings, like anybody showed up last week for our 5 of them. It was thrilling. But we do have new business. The new business tonight during this section, just to let everybody know, there is no more public comment. Now, I'll still give you a chance if you want to fill something out and say something, but the public comment period at this point, unless nobody else wants to come up, is closed. I do ask, right? Everybody conducted themselves with great decorum. If you would like to state your name and address, I'll give you, I want to give everybody a chance. I'll keep saying last call, final call. So state your name and your
thanks
address.
for that last call. I appreciate that. That's
Not that last call.
Well, my name is Ryan Trotter. I live at 80 Glen Abbey Circle. And this is an interesting situation. I wasn't going to say anything, but I went to Creekside High School over 20 years ago, and I just remember going to high school and driving through Durham Lakes. Even though it wasn't the quickest way, we would drive through the community because we just wanted to look at the houses. It was so inspiring, you know, I grew up in an area that wasn't so great, and so everything about Fairburn and Durham Lakes specifically was just refreshing, and it gave us something to dream about. And so fast forward 20 years, I start doing real estate, and I start selling in Durham Lakes. And so many of the people I sold houses to are in this room, and that's what's rubbing me right now, is looking at these faces, looking at all of these faces, and I'm like, ooh, this is not what we talked about when you bought your dream home. And Princess and Damas, and I'm just looking at all these faces like, man, this is something else. And so I was fortunate to sell probably about 40 some odd houses between Durham Lakes, the Fairways, and then an opportunity came for me to get my house, my dream home in Durham Lakes. And now myself, my wife, who attended Bear Creek Middle School and cheered for the Fairburn Flames, and now we're raising our kids in the community in which we always wanted to live in. And so it's disheartening, I would say. It's disheartening to see that we even have to go through this. One of the things about being in real estate, I sell all over the place. I have a community in Alpharetta. I have a community in West Midtown. I'm selling $1 million houses. We ain't talking about this. You wouldn't make it past step one in the other communities. But for some reason, here on our side, on the south side, we have to keep revisiting this. And it's unfortunate. It's heartbreaking, to be honest, because everything that everybody said was correct. Crime. Oh, I'll tell you this too, from a real estate perspective, we sell the monument. When you come into a community, I don't care before you even see the house, I want to show you the entrance. Look at this entrance. How does this make you feel? When you come home every day, you'll get to see all of this, you know, and you sell that. And so now you're going to have to dodge the entrance because you're going to be like, oh, heck nah, you don't pay that gas station any attention. And so our property values will plummet. There's no way around it. I mean, let's be honest. It's going to kill our property values. It's going to hurt tax dollars for sure. But overall, it's just when you have this many people in agreement that this is not good, please listen. Please listen. And we will protest and we will boycott because we don't want that done.
Okay, I'm going to give another last call, which is totally fine, right? We can be here all night, like literally. I'm an empty nester. I have nothing to do.
We got another one.
If you would like to speak.
Janet Adams.
Okay.
Heather Glenn.
Excellent.
I'm coming to speak regarding the past and the present. In the past, I worked at the health department approving plans. And one of the plans that happened to pass my desk was Durham Lakes. And there was no gas station plan for that subdivision. What was planned was a golf store and a recreational area on the other side. So the gas station has crept in because things didn't go the way they were supposed to with Durham Lakes. But we as owners of property shouldn't have to be subjected to that. You bought into a premier subdivision. It's a statement when you come in that front. It would be just a slap in the face to put a gas station in front of a neighborhood that looks like this. And then you've got people who work hard to live in a premier subdivision. And then the other area, environmental health that I work in, You're gonna have to look at, are these tanks gonna leak? And then we're gonna be subjected to environmental illnesses, cancer, shortening our lives. This is not right. And as the gentleman said before, you don't see this in other communities. So I'm making a statement from someone who actually had to stamp those plans. This was not planned. And whoever let it go through did not do their job. Thank you.
Just gonna wait a second. Okay, so it does look like, right? We're done with the public comment. We will start the first new agenda. I do ask, right? Everybody here has been respectful, so when staff and/or the applicant get up, we show them the same respect that everyone else has shown, right? There may be things said and changed, so we want to try to keep as much decorum as we can. I do appreciate all of the public comment. This is part of the democratic process, which I absolutely love to see. So, our first new business item is gas station convenience store. Did you, applicant SM Harmony / Earth Engineering Design, property owner Kilnern Consulting, location 101 Durham Lake Parkway. The request is to approve the approve the concept plan. You gonna stay in, or can I do it now? Okay, all right, staff? And by the way, real quick, the commissioners, if you haven't, anybody not been to a planning and zoning meeting? Probably all y'all should come to them, they're a lot of fun. We will have the opportunity to ask questions of staff as well as the applicant, but that is not, just to keep things right, that is not a time for you all to ask questions, right? So you had your time, and now it's our time to sort of inquire about this. So, staff?
Yes. The item before you is a request for a gas station and convenience store. The applicant submitted the required concept plan. In 2003, the city of Fairburn approved the planned development for Durham Lakes, covering 570 acres in southwest Fulton County. The PD was envisioned as a mixed-use master plan community balancing residential neighborhoods, recreational amenities, and commercial services. The Durham Lakes master plan was divided into 5 distinct areas. Area 1 through 3 was residential neighborhoods varying in size. Area 4 was a golf course. Area 5 was the commercial district, the item in question today. Total approximately 71.4 acres, and it was intended to serve both the residents of Durham Lakes and the broader traveling community. There were some limitations in terms of square footage for retail, office, commercial floor area, but the governing standard was C2 Highway Commercial District, the standards that were in place in 2003. The PD ordinance allowed for variations from the base zoning to allow for that master plan community in terms of setbacks and lot sizes. Specifically, in the C2 Highway Commercial District, the intent stated, because we read the previous ordinance, to accommodate regional and highway-oriented commercial activities, including retail centers, restaurants, automotive sales, hotels, and other high-traffic businesses. Within the district, gas stations was listed as a permitted use, which is why the item is before you now. The development standards only included the minimum lot size of 1/2 an acre, minimum lot width of 100 feet, and setbacks and buffers. The applicant did provide the required concept in terms of showing the layout that totals 1.94 acres in Area 5. One of the primary issues with this is, although the commercial build-out has lagged behind, the residential neighborhoods, as you can see from the folks here today, has been built out. There are very few remaining lots, but the standard from 2003 is the standard that remains in effect. In addition to the zoning and development standards, staff only has section 62-143 of the ordinance, which requires that this item come before Planning and Zoning Commission. And the Planning and Zoning Commission is the only entity that can approve, table. Staff can approve it, only the Planning and Zoning Commission can. Once a concept is submitted, we circulate this to all the departments. We evaluate it for compliance with the adopted ordinance and rules and regulation, including that regulation that was approved in 2003 for the master plan conditions, which allowed a gas station. So the item before you is that request. The applicant has provided some elevations. As you can see, that is the 2003 ordinance that was provided to various members that are here today. None of the council members or staff who produced this are currently here. The applicant provided that concept showing the location and elevations. And I know that you more than likely have a lot of questions for the applicant, but I am here if you have any questions for staff.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, questions for staff at this time?
No.
Commissioner Parker, I just have one question
Don't leave so fast, right?
to staff.
Yes.
Was this part of our comprehensive plan?
The item is in our comprehensive plan. It's listed as residential.
Thank you.
Any other questions for staff? No. Okay. At this time, if the applicant is here, would like to make a presentation or come before the commissioners for any questions? Let's have some good quorum, please. Thank you.
Good evening.
Just state your name and address. Thank you.
Sure. Good evening, Commissioner, members of the council, the city of Fairburn, residents of Durham Lake. My name is Mike Lokanmala, and I'm with A1 Planning and Design Group. We are here on behalf of the applicant, who is not present here. We are just going to be able to answer any questions related to the site plans which we have put together for this project.
So the applicant themselves is not here. You're representing them as part of the planning process, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, Michelle Battle with Battle Law, 3562 Habersham at North Lake, Tucker, Georgia, 30084. We are here representing the owner of the property, the applicant. There's been obviously a lot said this evening, a lot to absorb. It would be my preference. I did reach out, I attempted to reach out and to one of the individuals that I knew that had been on the board because I've dealt with the community before, and was unable to set up an opportunity to meet with the community. I recognize the issues that have been presented this evening. I'm not surprised necessarily by that, but also felt that out of respect for the community, that it was important to try and have some type of conversation, meeting, to understand the challenges. Unfortunately, that did not occur. I would still like the opportunity to do that. I think that the hardest part of this is that under the zoning, it is an allowable use, and yet at the same time, it is not something that the community is supportive of. And trying to understand, particularly with the landowners, and meeting with the HOA and looking at what the issues are under the zoning to try and figure out, if not this, then what? If this, then how? And there are a number of things that came up this evening that are things that may be able to be addressed. But again, it would be, and I'm probably speaking a bit out of a turn because I know the gentlemen who are behind me, they're not the owners either, and so I'm going to take the latitude to say that we would ask for this to be tabled, to give us an opportunity to meet with the community, to have dialogue. I'm not sure who the right representative is. I initially, like I said, the person I reached out to has spoken this evening, but I think also indicated that they may no longer be on the board, and that may be why I wasn't able to get that meeting. So if I could figure out who the current HOA representatives are, that would give me an opportunity to try and schedule a time to schedule that meeting. I would like to be given the opportunity to do that before a final decision is made.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from my fellow commissioners?
No. No questions.
No questions. Okay. Thank you so much. So at this time, right, just from procedural, since some of y'all have not been here, we have to take a motion to approve, deny, or table at this moment.
Commissioner Parker, would you like to make a motion to table?
I have a motion to table this item.
Commissioner Echols, second.
I have a motion and a second to table this item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Unfortunately,
Oh, one moment, please.
Mr. Chair, I have to recuse myself from this topic.
No problem. Thank you so much for notifying us. However, the yeas have it, so this motion is tabled. It's tabled. All right, we'll head to the next item. And y'all can stay for this one if you want to. It's good, you know, right? We'll give it a little break.
Right? You didn't have to do a thing, girl. They were only about concept, and they, you knew.
Excuse me, if everyone could leave. Like a Baptist church, we're going to flick the lights. If we could have everyone leave or stay. And if we could close the doors, because there'll probably be some... I can't close the doors. Oh, legally. If you could keep the doors open. I learn something new every day.
And she was like,
Got to keep it open.
because that's the president right there. And she's looking like, what are you talking
Well,
about?
wait a minute. It's fine.
Going to catch her now.
It's like the end of church. I don't know why I always use church references. That tells you how much time I spent. We were so involved in my church, my parents moved like next to the church. I was like, can we just move into it?
You were always at church.
I was.
They did a good
Wednesday night Bible
job.
study, Saturday night youth group,
So proud of
church,
these people.
Sunday.
So proud.
Okay, let me just give it another second here so we can all hear this. Hold on, let me get my paperwork in order. There we go. Sure I got it. Right. Okay, so the next new business agenda item here before the Planning and Zoning Commission is final plat Curry Bend. Applicant Camion, I hope I pronounced that correct, Heath. Property owner Bartow Properties LLC and Lace Curry. Staff?
Yes. So the item before you is a final plat. It's located next to the Ashbury Park subdivision on Johnson Road in Bohannon. The site is currently zoned PD, approximately 64.5 acres, and consists of accessory structures, undeveloped woodlands, and wetlands. The item before you is a final plat. The applicant has not provided any infrastructure improvements, but for the purposes of the development phase, they're asking to get the final plat approved. The request does comply with our regulations. We have the applicant here if there are any questions. Curry Bend is, of course, a residential subdivision that includes, would include, if approved, 114 single-family detached dwellings, 125 single-family townhomes. There are minimum lot sizes. The applicant, if approved with the final plat, would move forward with including a lot of those infrastructure requirements like water, sewer, and proceed, and they would have to come back once all of that infrastructure is approved to show the final layout for the development. And of course, their requirements and conditions with the consent judgment. So the applicant is here and available if you have any questions about the request, the application. So.
All right, commissioners, any questions for staff while we have her? And don't try to sneak off early this time. We may have some questions.
No questions.
No questions.
Yeah.
No questions?
No questions, okay. If the applicant, it's not required, would like to come forward and have a presentation or take any questions, please state your name and address.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Cameron Heath with DRB Group Georgia LLC. I'm accompanied by Lacey Curry. He's the owner of Bartow Properties LLC. Address is 55 Ivan Allen Jr. Boulevard, Atlanta, Georgia, 30308. So we're before you tonight. It should be a pretty straightforward process. We are proposing to subdivide out the commercial portions of the overall planned development from the residential portions. DRB has received our land disturbance permit approval, so development is underway. DRB has since purchased the entire parcel, but in order to give Mr. Curry his rights to do his permitting and his development, we are just asking to subdivide out those designated areas at this time.
Any questions for the applicant from my fellow commissioners?
Pretty straightforward.
None? Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. At this time, I will accept any motions as it relates to final plat Curry Bend.
Commissioner James, make a motion to approve final plat Curry Bend.
Commissioner Echols, second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the final plat, Curry Bend. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Awesome. We're through those two agenda items. At this time, I'd like to give the commissioners, if there's anything you'd like to say, there's no other business, right? No, right? Anything that commissioners would like to say at this time? No? I just would like to say how awesome it was to watch Creekside dominate DeSoto High School of Texas, the number 24 ranked team in the country, and get revenge. That game was awesome. Go Tribes. That's all I got to say. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I do want
Then go for it. I knew it.
comment. So I'm not commenting overall on the applicant, but I just love seeing community in action tonight. That was so impressive and so encouraging. Thank you, everybody.
Great. With that, it is 8:17. Do I have a motion to adjourn from a commissioner?
Commissioner Parker, make a motion to adjourn.
Commissioner James, second.
I have a motion, a second. All those in favor of adjourning tonight's September 2nd Planning and Zoning meeting, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the motion passes. Have a good night, everybody.